So you see on the left-hand side of your screen, the Springboks student face them, and it will be Samoa to kick off. The referee this afternoon from Australia, Andy Cole, who's refereed many Super 12 games, and South Africans know him extremely well. He will be assisted on the touches by Tony Spreadbury of England and Wayne Erickson of Australia. So it'll be Earl Va'a who will kick off, and the traditional supporters are here on the far side. Very disappointing crowd on the far side, but the Western Grandstand is absolutely full. Hatfield, Hotilo went high. Well tidied up there by Corne Krige. Well coming out awkwardly for South Africa, but illegally.
Number 2.
Joe van Niekerk immediately sizing somebody up.
Stay up.
Andre Pretorius. It's interesting to see the players wearing these gloves, which are quite legal. That was really started by the Otago players in Dunedin.
There we see not a great control by South Africa, but Corne Krige is always tidying up and then handing the loose ruck there by Samoa.
So Dani Kutsia's first throw in international rugby, beautifully taken by Matfield. Help from Hotilo now.
Hands off.
Conradi. Stefan de Blanche, as always, giving chase, but the bounce had gone left there. It would have been a lovely hop for Stefan de Blanche.
Little chip there by Conradi. Could have been a little bit more favorable for Stefan de Blanche, but still inside of play.
So it's Leota with that throw. He's in possession again.
Roll away.
Stopped by Victor Matfield. Va'a.
Hold loose.
Well, he hasn't kicked that out. Good fielding by de Blanche. Has Flep in support. Now he's got men on his outside. Great tackling there by Seviali, who is the outside centre.
Holding on. Holding on. It's too late.
An area that South Africa will need to watch in the first half of last week's game. They gave away 12 penalties, and let's just keep a watch on that, Kobus, because that wasn't really good.
Definitely not, and Stefan de Blanche absolutely swarmed there by Samoans and really had to hang on to that ball, but unfortunately penalty against South Africa.
Va'a with the touch kick.
You will see Stefan de Blanche going into opting. Good tackle there by Samoa. Tried to place the ball, as we can see there, but not enough players of South Africa in time.
Well, that's one thing the Samoans do, and we've known that from the World Cup as well. That quarter-final game where they tackle like crazy. Well, a little interplay there with Jeremy Tumuli and Leota, the hooker.
10 on the touchdown.
But if you prevent it from going 5 intentionally, then it is a free kick. Conradi waiting for instructions from the captain. Pretorius. Just a little switch. Oh, Dani Kutsiya smashed backwards there, and then found Rautenbach unable to hold on. So the Samoans swarming all over South Africa. But that was indicative there. The way Dani Kutsiya went through, found Rautenbach with the apology. But Dani Kutsiya flying backwards there. Watch out.
That's what they're known for. These guys are incredible good tacklers, and they're very physical.
Well, the first scrum of the game, let's see what happens here. Brand new South African front row with Sipaka, Kutsiya and Rautenbach.
Arm up for the bind. Arm up. Pack square. Crouch and hold.
Of course, they've replaced Doliruru, Dalton and Willie Meyer. So it's So'oalo, picked up by Satiti. So'oalo again. Now it's Liaga. Just looking on the inside, but Samoa starting well. And they've gone quickly. Lafayali takes it to ground. Taken on there by Fasavalu, the number 7 flank. Now it's Satiti. Good tackle by Kutsiya. Chance here for the other flanker, Viliamu.
Holding on. Holding on.
Again, Joe van Niekerk a little unhappy with what happened there.
And that's what I think everybody wants, the players and the supporters, is consistency by the referee. If you penalise the one side, it is same as apply for the other.
Let's go.
But take us out early, okay? What's the another guy?
Well, that's good captaincy. Corne Krige just having a word with the referee there. Andre Pretorius with the kick.
Here we can see the Samoans driving forward. Joe van Niekerk on his feet. He can't play the ball there, but I prevent it because number 6 is holding on Vilamu of Samoa, and he was penalised.
So Kutsia finding his provincial mate, Victor Madfield. The referee just saying the 2 halfbacks. I'm not quite sure what that free kick was for. Here goes Satiti, who tackled by van Niekerk. South Africa have turned it over, but illegally the ruck was called, and there you have to keep your hands out.
We heard this ref, they warned South Africa not to go offside, but the guys didn't listen.
Well, there's James Dalton, Brayton Porser, De Kock, and the rest of the guys. There's Don Heeman.
Good tackle by Joe van Niekerk. Tried to play the ball immediately from the wrong side.
Now a chance here for the Samoans, moving it wide again with Liaga up in the line, and then unable to find Tuilagi. The two Tuilagis in the back line, the left winger and the centre. Now a chance here for van Niekerk to stretch his legs. Can he get away there from Seviali? Stay on his, well, it was a good defence eventually by the Samoans, but van Niekerk making plenty of ground for South Africa.
He's an exciting player, this guy. He's got lots of talent. He's big, he's got speed. Pinned his ear back, and he stretched his leg all the way. Just not enough support in time.
Well, an early jump there by Hoti Low. Comes to Soyale Va'a. Tuilagi. That's the right winger, Fa'atau. Great tackling by South Africa there. Now chance here for De Blanche. Pretorius had doubled around, and De Blanche had read it beautifully. Matfield goes in hard. Penalty, South Africa.
Roll away.
Again, the tackler that does not allow the guy carrying the ball to release or place the ball. And they are very strict on this rule. Well picked up by Stefan Tablas. Andre Pretorius going on the outside, steps inside, steps again, but then runs into some defense. And then number 12, Tuilagi, the guy that didn't release Andre Pretorius to place the ball.
Quite interesting that just before the MP came on, Andre Pretorius was practicing his kicking from just about exactly the spot where he booted that one into touch, and kicked one that Kobus and I were particularly watching straight through the middle. Interesting that Corne Krige has gone this route. Kutsia finds van Niekerk. Lawrence Supaka looking to rip it out, then applies the pressure. Matfield helping, then Krige. Now a chance here for South Africa as Samoa on the back foot. Conradi, Pretorius, Joubert, and Barry on the outside again. It's a great tackle by Seviali. Pretorius, well, I thought for a moment he was going to drop there. Now where will the ball bounce? Backwards, and Matfield was there. Now it's Soriano who decides eventually to drop down.
Little chip there by Andre Pretorius. Was that a late tackle? The ref says no. Bad bounce for Samoa, but he recovers well, dots it down, 25.
That's actually interesting because I was looking for Andre Pretorius. I didn't see that, obviously watching the ball. And I think Leota a little lucky there, Kobus.
I think so. He sort of didn't make any effort to get out of the way there, but walked straight in front of Andre Pretorius.
To Blanche, he's seen plenty of the ball. Hasn't gone out to the left to Dean Hall yet. This is Marius Joubert. Conradi, Hotilo, strong run by the big man. Conradi, that's good ball for the scrum half. Fanikak, big hit by Leota, could have been a little bit high. Now the referee will have to watch that as well. Conradi for Pretorius, finds to Blanche. Now to Blanche, he needs decisive. Beautiful pass for Barry. Great defense again. Back is Laupulo for the Samoans, the loose head prop. Now a little bit of a wrestling match going on there. Soalo getting his touch fire. Well, he hasn't found touch, but the referee's whistle has already gone as we welcome viewers from all over the place. Really, B Sky B in the UK, Fox America, Fox in Australia, and Sky New Zealand.
Great move by South Africa. Stefan de Blanche again cutting through the middle, and just short. But again, we saw very early in the game those sort of stiff arm high tackles on the edge of being dangerous. And I think you're right. The referee should watch these, because we saw back in '95 that we had players injured by these tackles rather late and very high and dangerous.
Well, the other thing is, if the referee doesn't blow them up, then the guys start taking the law into their own hands and you have a bit of a shambles. Well, that's Leo Lafayali who's down there. As I said, played his rugby in Japan. There's Victor Madfield. Both he and Horty Lowe have got exactly the same scrum caps on, so it doesn't make it any easier for us.
Again there, definitely a stiff arm here, and it's very high.
Stay off the scrum. Ball's out.
Soyalu just waiting for Satiti to deliver. Gets now VAR. In fact, it's Liaga, the full-back.
You see Bolo Conradi troubling his opponent there, rolling him over, but the ball well placed by the Samoans.
Hortilo. So far, Donny Kutsia has been spot on. Now it's driven forward by the tights. Here's Kutsia right in the van. Now Bob Skinstad, but it was lost forward. Kwone Kricha prominent there as well.
Good drive through the middle, nearly broke away, but unfortunate ball just slightly dropped forward there. Here we can see right through the middle. Good work, good body position. The guys driving with the legs. Kwone Kricha right there, but unfortunately a knock forward.
Good work too by Van Rotenbach. So Arlo not happy. That scrum going backwards for Samoa. So South Africa starting to get the upper hand in the scrums. And still holding on now. I don't know the statistics, but I'll have a word with Steve Shadam or Freek Burger at some stage and just find out how many penalties are given, what percentage of penalties are given for players holding on. Because it seems to me that it's about the most dominant offence by rugby players.
The referees, I think, earlier this year also were told to specifically look for that. Here we can see Satiti, the captain of Samoa, driving forward but holding on to the ball, not allowing the Springboks to play that ball on their feet, and it's a chance for Andre Pretorius to put points on the board.
And a couple of times Joe van Niekerk has been there, showing a good appreciation of the laws by staying on his feet and trying to play the ball. Of course, in the old days, one used to wait for support, and then and you could do that. But now the referees, as Kobus has said, very strict on that law. .42 points so far in his 3 tests. So moving up to the half century, and that's bang on.
Good kick by Andre Pretorius. South Africa 3 points to 0. 27 minutes left in this first half.
Well, the game taking a slight change after Samoa had started with a great flurry, but the Springboks just seem to be taking the upper hand. Now they've left it for Conradi. That wasn't very good play. Well fielded by Blanche from Conradi's snappy pass, but the forwards giving the little scrum half very little protection there, Quibus.
Absolutely, it wasn't really his call. There we see Matt Hotilo leaving the ball, but good thinking of Bola Conradi, and good thinking also Stefan de Blanche. Keep an eye on his ball and put it out.
Leota with the throw, looking for Lafayali, finds him. This is Va'a. Now a chance here for them to move it wide. Va'a to Ilagi. And Liaga, the fullback, is quite keen to come in. Now it's Werner Greef. There's nobody there. Now the chase is on. It's Van Niekerk. It's Bola Conradi. Van Niekerk should get there. Well, now the control needs to be there. Oh, beautifully controlled. And he's put it inside to Werner Greef.
Brilliant play, Joe Van Niekerk and Werner Greef. We said earlier he's got plenty of speed, and he showed it right there. Stretched his legs. I thought he could have scored himself, but played a brilliant pass inside. Werner Greef followed up. Great try, South Africa.
Well, it was great vision by Werner Greef here. Look at this, into open spaces. And then we must watch for the skills of Joe Van Niekerk.
I thought he could have scored easily. He was over the line, but great team play. He's a team man through and through. Heard the call inside, played it inside. Excellent try, great pickup.
Well, it would have been Joe Van Niekerk's first test try, and is Werner Greef's.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind buying him a cold one tonight for that one.
Well, there it was. Great play by Van Niekerk and Greef. And Greef's kick into open space as well. Werner Greef, I have not seen him play fullback before last week, and he really has made a fabulous impression. Had a very good game last week, and there started and finished the try. Skinstad.
Onside, number 2, onside.
Conradi, Pretorius. This is Fa'atau, then Liaga. Caught in possession now. The Samoans been a bit adventurous. Seviali eventually in possession there. Help from Tuilagi, the other centre. Va'a.
Going back to the kickoff there, much better control by the South Africans. Bobby Skinstad did very, very well there.
Number up. A block.
Here Joe Yobol, but it looks like it's going to Bob, but nobody.
Numbers.
The numbers by Samoa, and I think South Africa a little lucky to get away with that. There were numbers, but there was obviously a mix-up. Sometimes the hooker is blamed, but the jumpers can also drop the hooker.
Well, the locks never make mistakes, you should know that, but yes, that's true. If the call is called, the hooker throws exactly where it's called.
Matfield leading the charge there. Conradi, Kutsia.
Let it go!
Conradi, Pretorius, well picked up by him. Now chased by Blanche, and the ball, the touchline just did earlier than Blanche could get there. So the Samoans actually leaving some big open spaces.
Great pick up, Andre Pretorius with great hands. Look at this. Not the greatest pass, but kept his cool. Nice little kick over the head there. Now, if that just was a bit more favourable inside, I think Stefan de Blanche was in with the shouting.
Now the Samoans have just at the moment got two men in that line out, but Lafayette is the man in the light blue scrum cap. Well competed there by Matfield. Now Sipaka scrummed very well in Witbank the other night. Pretorius, little switch there to Van Niekerk, but offside by the Samoans. Now Conradi looking to go quickly. They've got an overlap here. Here they've got extra men. Van Niekerk goes. Will he get? No, he won't. Conradi just couldn't hold on. Advantage to Samoa. Soalo. Now VAR. There doesn't seem to be too much advantage here. Well, they've just turned it around a little bit. Advantage over. Big tackle on Palpoe there.
Hands off.
Then Leota, the hooker, going in.
Onside.
Soialo, VAR, moving it wide now for Seviali to the number 7 flanker, Savalu. Now here goes big Lafayali. Can he get the pass in? Look at this by Samoa. It's Tuilaga. Ferretti this time, who plays his rugby at Leicester.
Well. As they said, they're here to play rugby. They turned this in from their own try line, all across the field, and scored a brilliant try. Breakaway by Samoa, kept his cool perfectly, great inside pass. Stefan de Blanche coming over, just missed him, got up again. Good try by Samoa.
Well, that's moving for a flanker. He's not that heavy in terms of weight, about 97 kgs, and they're very well balanced, the Samoan runners, as you saw there. And as Klubus again said, South Africa looking to score, and Samoa do.
Tuilagi, not one of the smallest centers in the world. He's close to 100 kilos, but he's got good pace, he's strong. And I think Fa'a will try and make sure about these 2 points, which will put them 3 points short of South Africa in the first half.
.107 test points so far, and just wide, but great counter by Samoa. Good work too by Fasaflu, and then Lafayette really good going.
And there was 2 or 3 men to spare, but Tuilagi went all the way.
Pretorius, and that's too deep. A rare mistake from the kickoffs by Andre Pretorius. There's the Samoan bench enjoying the weather here, because it'll get cold later, but it's been a fine afternoon.
Waiting, no ball. Waiting. Crouch and hold. Engage.
Satiti, Soialo, Val. Now they get it wide to Liaga, who's covered by Pretorius. And the advantage to Samoa, because Corne Krika went in on the side of that ruck. Soialo, Val is looking at facing his man. This is Satiti. So Samoa countering well, but Greef was well positioned. A good play by the fullback.
Good control kick by Werner Greef. Takes play on about 10 meters inside Samoan half.
This is Rich. I did.
So Trevor Leota, the crowd enjoying their game. Trevor Leota, who plays for Wasps in London, and really made an impact at that club. Had bright yellow hair at one stage. Tapped back by Lafayette. So Ayala goes, tackled by Skinstad. Now to be picked up by Leopulu, and then VAR. That's Leota. Just left the ball behind.
He's a big boy. Hugh is 124 kilos, if I recall correctly. So they were quite a solid front row.
Waiting, we're waiting. No ball, just wait for the call.
Now the thing is, will they last the pace? They come from all over the world, of course, in terms of club rugby. Va'a, always content to do the skip, then the left winger, Tuilagi.
Play it! Ball's out, play on. Let it go now, let it go!
Va'a once again, the Springboks very flat in defence. Good tackle there on Tamuli. Andre Pretorius was right up there. So Ayalo. Now wide by Liaga to Sititi. Dean Hall hasn't had a touch on the ball yet. Dean Hall. First, Stefan Terblanche has had a number of visits with the ball. Now Leota. Tackle by Hoti Low. So Ayalo working it wide now. Their men out wide. This is a lively flank. Far Sava Blue. Just trying to find the gap, but South Africa content just to stand there and defend. And then it was Tuilagi, the try scorer, who was guilty.
Good patch of play by Samoa, controlling it, driving it up, cleaning out well, but unfortunately diving onto the loose rock there, which is not allowed. So Yalu there placed the ball perfectly, but cannot dive onto a loose ruck.
Straight line, Blue, straight line.
Well, South Africa have had a number of good attacking positions, but haven't scored from any of them. Scored from far, long range when Greef scored. This is Sipaka, Pretorius, wide for Hubert. Greef was there. Good defence again by the Samoans as they fanned out.
Hands off! Hands off!
Now Conradi needs to dig for that one. There's one of the Samoan players who's in the way there. Conradi now wide by Barry to Hotilo. Now can the forwards find a way through here? Matfield goes in. Conradi, there should be a try on here for South Africa. Barry, oh, it's intercepted. Offside by Samoa. Well, the penalty will be right in front of the posts.
Number 12. Wrong
so
side of tackle.
Tuilagi guilty again of giving away
on the
penalty.
On the line. On the line.
Now what is Corner Clifford going to do here? Take the point, settle it down.
On the line.
That's what he's going to do.
On the line.
Because Bola Conradi's not getting it ball out nice and cleanly. Stuck down there, but eventually got it out. Botilo driving through the middle there.
It's basically after this drive, Quibus, where I thought that they should have scored.
Yes. Again, Bola Conradi. Inside pass to Marius Hubert, then throws it wide. And Earl Vaha intercepts, but he was offside. So was the whole of the back line of the Samoans. And I think maybe a good call by Captain Corne Krieger to let things sort of settle down, take a breather, take the 3 points and regroup at halfway. I think you were right earlier, you, that the thin air on the Highveld will definitely take a toll later in this game.
So this for 50 points in tests for Andre Pretorius. Certainly most of the play that is taking place in any 22-metre area has been in the Samoans area.
Tackling, got to come from your side.
Tony Kutsia, who so far has had a pretty good game.
You understand, you've still got to come from your side. Well.
Well, that's South Africa again, a little sloppy from that kick-off. Van Niekerk eventually taking it forward. Greef.
Hold Green, hold him. Roll on.
Liaga.
Out the 10, out the 10.
Greef. Nicely positioned. There were lots of South Africans on the left. Greef going that way. Gets it to his captain. Now it's Hortilo. Good skills by him. Taken on by Kutsia. Sipaka in support. Now it's Hortilo again.
Roll away.
The Samoans having to defend, but their line of defence is there. Well, I think Andy Cole had his back turned the moment that ball was played. Could have been from an offside position. And it's Seviali with the kick ahead. Now Dean Hall in a little bit of trouble. Has recovered well.
Lost forward, Green. Lost forward. Forward, no advantage.
Not a great bounce there for Dean Hall. Referee said it's a knock forward. I thought that was an offside position, but referee allowed them to play the ball.
Yeah, interesting. I thought that Andy Cole just turned at that moment to see whether the Samoan backline was onside as the Samoan kicked the ball. But I agree with you. Should have been a penalty.
Come closer. Crouch and hold.
But now it's Samoa's ball.
Get down first. Get down first. Engage. Hold the pause string.
Oh, it's a big scrum by South Africa.
Not square, Green, not square.
The referee.
No.
Well,
Here.
Kobus will tell us what's going on there.
Very good scrum by, especially Lawrence Sipaka. You saw the short arm that he's binding inside and scrum straight forward. He got underneath his opponent, and a very good left shoulder by South Africa, putting pressure on the Samoan scrum.
Leota.
Hands off. It's the scrum. It's the tackle only. Not square. Keep it square. Remain square, tight head.
Just the word there from Van Rotenbach. And there we have a battery of cameramen. Now a chance here for that was Viliamu. Va'a looked forward there to Lafali.
Tackler. Inside.
Now chance for Va'a again. Solid defence by South Africa.
Let it go, let it go.
Saviala, Sachiti, Tuilagi.
Roll away, tackler.
Well, South Africa will have to defend now. It's Tuilagi. Little tap ahead, well fielded by him. Finds the other lock forward. Palpoi. Now Saviala, can he get the ball away? Good defence by Stefan de Blanche. And Werner Greef has stolen it away. Well, penalty South Africa.
From the side. 13. Number 13 from the side.
Nearly trouble for South Africa. But Seviali, the number 13 of Samoa, coming in from the side in loose ruck, as Andy Cole says, and penalised. Breathing time for South Africa.
Well, it had been good play by the left winger, Tuilagi. Alasana, that is. And that's interesting to see that Andre Pretorius can kick with either foot. That's a matter of confidence, and Neil de Kock liked that kick.
We clearly saw number 13 of Samoa coming in on the side, and number 7 as well.
Also interfering with Bola Conradi there, which you're not allowed to do. Skenstat. Matfield in possession now. Portillo working it back. Conradi to Blanche, will give chase. Tuilagi is under it. Liaga. Now chance here, well read by Andre Pretorius. Reminds the locals of Nas Buerta's positional play. Now a chance here for Portillo again. Looking for corner Kricha. Early tackle there on Kricha. Referee picked it up. And
tackle without the ball. Without the ball. Without the ball.
Getting the penalty, but the kick by Bola Conradi earlier was just a bit too far. Not enough height on it. So our players, our wingers, Stefan de Blanc and Greef, could not get there in time to put any pressure on the Samoans.
Well, interestingly again, Corne Kriche instructing Andre Pretorius to go for the touchline instead of taking the points. South Africa leading by only 8 and 6 minutes left in the first half. Skinstad, can they get them all going? No, it was brought down. Here goes Dani Kutsia powerfully, very nearly over. Ooh, somebody blatantly offside there. It's Lafali, and it looks it's a try for Victor Matfield. Got it over the line.
First we saw there Dani Kutsia just short of that line. Nearly a couple of centimeters away, placed it beautifully, then regrouped the back or forwards. There we see Victor Matfield picking it up, driving on the line. He sneaked that one through. Good 5-pointer.
Victor Matfield's second test try, and his first was exactly the same. Almost a photocopy of his first try.
He seems to like that spot on Loftus. With about 5 minutes remaining in the first half, it'll be a good position to be in for South Africa. If Andre Pretorius could land this kick, 20 points to 5.
So ultimately the tactics and decision by Corne Kricha proved to be right. And it's 4 out of 4 for Andre Pretorius.
All started at a good lineup, good throw by Dani Kutsia, good take by Bobby Skinstad, then the hooker coming around, driving through just short of that line, places it beautifully, regrouping the pack of forwards. Matfield just sneaking that one through for a 5-pointer.
Off the head, play on.
Greef. Oh, he's found space here now. The sprint is on. Stefan de Blanc is there. Maybe passed a little bit too early, but the ball has stayed in field. Liaga is there for Samoa's carried it over. Well, what a burst away by Werner Greef there. South Africa have been a little bit sloppy, Kobus, from the kickoffs, but that time it worked to their advantage.
And Werner Greef, like last week when he came into the field, looks, if the position of fullback fits him like a glove. Looking for support, good pass to the outside, little chip by Stefan de Blanc, but just too far for him.
No ball. Just take it back from the mark, Green. Take it back. Come close to the mark, Luke.
Well, it's a 5-meter scrum. They have to keep the momentum going forward if they are going to look for a pushover try.
Bring it up, bring it up. Leave it.
Bit of pushing and shoving between Joe Fanika and Far Safu.
Come close to the mark. Yeah, come close. Crouch and hold. Engage. Not square. Yep.
Conradi. Fanika. Then she tackle by Tuilagi. Now they've got a massive players here. It could be Pretoria's. It is David Barry.
I think the people from Paarl will smile because David Barry, an old boy from Paarl Gym, goes over and he smiles as well because he loves it. He's been injured for a couple of months and looks like he's back in form. Good build-up. Well done, David Barry. Good try, South Africa.
Well, David Barry's second test try, and the South Africans were just lining up for that one, and Samoa had run out of defenders. Well, there he is, the man. Playing, of course, he was a year ahead of Marius Joubert at school. And, of course, Quivers Visa will be glowing with pride because he's a Khami's old boy.
It's good to see these guys play next to each other. They know each other from school, and both are two very exciting talents. They are got a great feel for the game and hungry for tries.
Well, Andre Pretorius again spot on. That's 5 out of 5 now, and South Africa move up to 27. Quivers, just take us back to that scrum where it looked like Van Rotenbach had his opposite number in trouble.
As we see the stride of David Barry, absolutely did it. Again, the short arm pulled him inside and got the better of him in that scrum, and that's why the Samoan prop forward goes in and down to the ground because it's getting really uphill from his opponent.
Great hands there by Victor Matfield. That was better work by South Africa. Conradi. I like the way Stefan de Blanche is chasing these kicks. Nearly got it. Greef is there. Conradi. Oh, what a pity that was. The run would have been on there. There goes the siren for half-time. The referee saying he called the scrum and therefore Samoa will have the advantage.
You much better kick by Bola Conradi. Good height, just the right distance for Greef and Stefan de Blanche to get and put up pressure on the Samoan defence.
Crouch and hold.
Now, can Samoa conjure up something on the stroke of half-time?
Ball's out.
Sititi, Vaad. Well, that's dreadful ball for the little fly half, but he's turned it to reasonable advantage. Hunted down by Kricha. So Oyala, now it's Leota. Found a bit of space. Lovely little touch by him. Here goes Samoa. But that man, Faasavlu, is isolated. Still Samoa come with it. Sititi. Desperate tackle there, and a good one there, but it's taken on by Palpoi. Now Soyala, very wide for Liaga. Little shuffle by him. Now to Liaga, the left winger right over there. Now surely it will be half-time. Andrew Cole eventually blows his whistle, but Samoa very nearly scoring there. And it's been a half that's been a little bit stop-start, but South Africa will be happy with those. World Cup referee Derek Bevan. Andre Pretorius. Lafali, good hands by him. Soialo, Va. Greef. Now the South Africans need to get back and help. Greef deciding to go that route. Sititi, the captain. Well, good defense there. Well tackled by Sipaka and by Greef. Rafaeli going in hard. Worked out and up by Leota. Well, a ruck can't become a maul, so now a chance here for the Samoans, starting as they did the first half. Liaga, the fullback, great cover by Kricha. Very quickly there was Faasavlu. Then a little touch there from Conradi, and Matfield upended. But the touch judge's flag is up.
Little chip there. by Fatal. Great pickup by Andre Pretorius, played inside.
So Leota has used Lafari almost extensively. That time it came down for Viliamu, and Viliamu just bursting away here. Great tackle by Krief again. Satiti working up towards the 5-meter line. Chance here for Samoa as Tuilagi gets it away. Now it's Liaga and Dean Hall there just in time for South Africa.
Viliamu, the number 6 flank of Samoa, breaking away. Not great defense by South Africa. Driving with the legs, setting it up, and a line out. South Africa putting the ball in about 5 meters from their own line. Here we can see breaking through the tackle. Good defense there by Werner Greef to stop him in his tracks.
Here goes Van Niekerk. Now the tackler was Faa Savlu, who needed to roll away there. Pretorius. This is Faa Tua, then to Lagi. And eventually Barry was there. Now Lafaali. Great tackle by Sipaka.
Manny, number 4, off his feet.
South Africa looking a little bit lethargic. Soyalo. Now Satiti. Va to Blanche with the tackle. South Africa not just flying into those first-time tackles. Worked at Innsfield and
no advantage, number 4.
The Springboks offsides.
Over here. Number 4.
Portillo is called out by the referee.
You're right, Hugh. The first 3 to 4 minutes, Samoans taking the game to the Springboks, not really allowing them to get into the game. But not great defense. A couple of tackles slip, and one cannot afford it in a test match.
Va finding touch. Plays his rugby in Wellington.
Straight line, Green, straight line.
So Yala, Va, Tuilagi. That was a good tackle by Dean Hall. Now he needs to roll out of the way, but referee says the Samoan player was holding on. And a good call there from Corne Klicher. I like that when a captain has control. Joe van Niekerk wanting to go quickly, but Klicher stopped him.
Dean Hall came in and made a great tackle midfield there and got a couple of nasty rakes over the back there.
And Brayton Paulso warming up, and it looks like he's going to come on. Now Werner Greef has done himself an injury. There's the mountaineering on Dean Hall. He'll have a few stunt marks, but this is bad luck for Werner Greef. And Brayton Paulso comes on to win his 33rd test cap. Good work there by Portillo for Skinstad. Van Rotenbach hovers, just waiting to get involved in the action. His support play has been good. Now a chance here. Pretorius from Dean Hall. Only that's the first time he's touched the ball from a pass in the entire game. Now he's held on too long there. Here goes Leota. Oh, the boot ahead by the hooker. Skinstad is back, and so is Fartau, who played Super 12 rugby for the Wellington Hurricanes. Here the South Africans go by. Van Niekerk.
Dean Hall, one got the feeling he had virtually no ball whatsoever in the first half. Came for the inside pass, nearly broke through, very strong on his legs. Unfortunately held on too long on that ball.
Well, Dean Hall looking for work there. He's had to come in from the blind side. There he goes.
Good play by him, broke through, working with the legs. He supported a bit late, had to against the Argentinians. Impressed with his fullback play.
So one or two little touch-ups for the various players on the field. Kevin Stevenson leaves the scene, skins that with that tap back, worked out by Barry to Yabert. Also hasn't had too much opportunity. Interesting to watch Brayton Paulser at full-back as well. Here goes Barry once again. Dean Hall's foot, picked up by Lafaali.
Hands off!
Lots of Samoans to the point of breakdown. The referee said hands off. So Oyala, VAR. Now it's a chance here for Seviali.
Let it go! Let it go! Ball's out.
Well, Samoa just going nowhere running that side, and the South Africans have spread out. Look on the right-hand side of your screen. All those defenders there. Now they move up in a line. Oh, and they've left the channel open for Liaga.
Play it! Advantage, plus forward, Green. Leave it! Hands off!
Leota works it back to Saoyala. Now a chance here for Tuilagi. All a little bit static and scrappy at the moment. That's the other lock forward, Palpoi.
It's as if South Africa has gone into a defensive mode the first 7-8 minutes in the second half.
Well, Dr. Uli there with Werner Greef. What a great situation to have a man of his experience as your team doctor.
Let's hope it's not another knee injury, because last week we lost Davidson with a very serious knee injury. He's out for most probably the next 9 to 10 months, and that ice pack is right there on the left knee.
Crouch and hold. Come closer. Engage. Steady. Go. Ball's out.
Well, strong scrum by South Africa. So Oyalo. Well, that's almost desperation play. Pressure from the scrum, not gaining an awful lot of ground, and South Africa's ball.
Two in the line.
It's been really all Samoa these first 8 to 9 minutes of the second half, taking the game to South Africa. And again, on the attack, well, South Africa's got to put the ball into the lineup.
Well, it's well competed by the Samoans. Palpoi, now a chance here out wide for Viliamu, who's proved a difficult customer to pull down. So Oyalo, now Satiti.
Advantage, high tackle.
Well, it's gained, ironically enough, a penalty against South Africa will result if Samoa don't gain advantage here. There's the whistle. And I say ironically because I think the Samoans have got away with a number. Marius Joubert obviously a bit upset with that situation.
Indicated to the referee he thought it was on the chest, but the referee said no, it was high and dangerous. Interesting to see that Samoans opted now take 3 points. Here we can see Yui going in, but I must say well, it was a bit higher than chest.
Well, I think I did point out last Saturday that one of the laws is it doesn't have to be a dangerous tackle. If it's high, it's high, and is penalizable. Apart from the one run by Viliamu, they haven't really looked like scoring part 2 from the try. So that is 3 points for the Samoans. Well, I would think that Rudolf Stroili will be sitting on the bench and saying, guys, we need to lift our game a bit.
I think so too, I think we must lift the tempo and start taking the game to them. At this stage, first 10 minutes, we've been defending and waiting for them to attack us.
Good defense there by Marius Joubert on far Savlu.
Leave it, it's not out yet.
Well worked out by one of the forwards. Dreadful ball for VAR. Hotilo. Now a chance for South Africa if they produce the ball. Fanikak, Pretorius, wide forward. Tulsa. Whoa, the little man nearly over. Dean Hall is there.
Good try, Dean Hall. It's a power try. He's been waiting for the ball the whole first half. Got it once. Second half, 10 minutes, 11 minutes in the second half. He follows up with Brayton Paulser and powers his way over the line. Not a great pass by the Samoan scrum half. Hotilo driving it up, setting it up beautifully. Joe Fonike plays scrum half this time. Good pass, Andre Pretoria, skip pass to the outside. Brayton Paulser through the gap nearly, pops it up. Dean Hall powers over the line with two Samoans on his back.
Watch Paulser here, inside, outside, just gave himself the half gap, which opened it up for Dean Hall. And Quibus and I were saying at half time, Dean Hall had touched the ball once in the first half, and that was getting back on defence with a dreadful ball. This half, he's actually had it a few times.
He looks good, after his injury. I must say the SA game against the Pumas in Witbank played very well. I think he was one of the few backs that really impressed with an awesome try, maybe the length of the field, and he looks hungry. Let's hope the remaining of this game he gets more ball.
Well, it's a good-looking kick for Pretoria's 100% record this afternoon.
Great kick under Pretoria is also Leo Lafayali, the lock forward of Samoans, who played very well the first half, left the field, not happy with the injury.
He has been replaced by Lea Vasu. Here we go again.
Good take by Brayton Paulser, goes down, pops it up. Dean Hall, he's strong, dots it down for a good 5 points. New again, or should I say still, problem area for South Africa, the kickoffs. We do not control it well, and it seems the communication among the players are not what it should be.
Here's the mark. Crouch and hold. Engage. Steady, Green, steady. Use it.
It's a strong scrum by South Africa now. VAR. Tuilagi. VAR again. The new man who is in there, Lea Vasu.
Onside. Leave it, the ball's there.
Good build up this
Ball's
by
out.
Samoa. Needed it a little bit quicker. Leota.
Let it go, let it go. Holding on.
Let it go, shouted the referee. Skin stat, not on the mark.
Holding on.
All right, Mr. Ref, that mark was about 2 centimeters to the left, but anyway. I think it would have been really, if that was necessary by the ref, it was virtually a couple of centimeters away from the spot, and he could have allowed it to play. I mean, really.
Pretorius. Well, Andy Cole there, as you say, being a little bit, what do we call it, pedantic, is it? That's a tough word.
So I've learned something new from you as well today, Hugh. Thanks very much.
Dani Kutsia, his throw-in's been good. Finds Matfield. Sipaka there quickly. So is Hotilo. Now Van Rotenbach at the back. Driven on by Hotilo. He's come more and more into the game in the second half. Bulla Conradi. Worked out by Kutsia. Conradi, Pretoria's skin stat. Ran into trouble there. The run was not perfectly timed. Conradi looking for an opening, finds Pretorius. Now they need to move the ball a little bit further left, South Africa. They've got tight forwards out on the side of the field. Samoa and the South Africans needed the ball.
Maurice Zube indicating to the referee that he was held back by Samoa. That's why the ball was knocked forward. But unfortunately for South Africa, a good opportunity to attack on both sides of the field astray.
Lawrence Sapaka. The front row against this opposition have had, I would say, a strong game, Kubus.
The scrum solid, good right shoulders and big pressure on the Samoan ball. There again, good pressure.
Sititi finds that his man on the outside. It's Tuilagi. Now Fanikak was on his feet. And penalty to South Africa. To Blanche. Wants it.
Ben, just hold it for me. Just hold it. Just hold it on the mark.
Andy Cole needs to have a word with the captain.
We've had a number of penalties at the tackle, all right, for holding on. The guy's getting isolated. He's just got to give up the ball if the man's on his feet, all right? Sorry about it then. Okay, have a word.
I think it explains itself. The referee said it's a little thing creeping in. That a bit of negative play, and Samoan cap should talk to his players. Otherwise, there might be a few cards shown today.
Brayton Paulser down that right-hand touchline.
Get over. What's your goal?
So good play there by Stefan de Blanche. Tackled his man, up on his feet immediately to try and play the ball again.
All right.
Kutsia finds Matfield. Conradi Pretorius. Dubert Pretorius. Intricate move by South Africa. Barry couldn't find Dean Hall. Well, knocked forward there. Well, Davet Barry was clean through. May have just held on a little bit longer to make sure.
Who's coming on?
Conradi throwing it wide there. Andre Pretorius taking it again inside to the bit. Barry's through the gap, but slightly forward on the feet of Dean Hall, and he couldn't control it.
Engage! Steady! Ball's out!
Another strong scrum by South Africa now. Van Niekerk.
Number 6 from the side.
And Corne Kriche is penalised. Leota and Joe Van Niekerk having a little bit of an altercation because Leota actually walked Joe Van Niekerk there. But Corne Kriche was penalised.
Gus, can you hear me? Communication system.
Leota, obviously a seasoned campaigner, all the experience in the world.
I think it's mine.
Just like children in a playground.
I don't want the ball, mate. You can have it back.
Well, it looks like Sean Sauby may get his first test cap in a moment because he's warming up.
No advantage. Early jump. Early jump. Early jump. No advantage.
So is Don Heeman.
Quickly taken by the Samoans. It all has been a little bit scrappy. This is now the run by Leopolu. Tomato's his first name. Probably Tomatu. Now a chance here for South Africa. Kriche. Good decision there by Kriche. Hotilo had Dean Hall on his left, but was looking inside. Now Bola Conradi is to produce. Does. Propulsa. Little bit of a gap there. Went through the half gap. No one in his right-hand side. They need to move the ball right. It's 4 against 3. If they move it right, wrong, well, yeah, right way. Pretorius, he's decided to go that way. And to lose everybody except for the centre, Seviali. And we also have number 17 on the field. No way, I was hoping this wasn't going to happen because his name's Leah Lamanua.
Looks like there's a bit of trouble here for somebody.
All right. Sorry?
Okay?
Yep.
Okay, pass and movement goes ahead. It's pretty much past the ball, late tackle by number 2.
All right.
Okay? Lean with his head into the body.
Were there any arms in the tackle?
No arms in the tackle.
All right. You got a recommendation for me?
Yellow card.
Yellow card. We'll play the penalty here where I was playing advantage for offside. Okay. Number 2. Number 2.
Well, the hooker, Leota, I think, has been sort of hovering on the brink of certainly been penalised. Now he's going to get yellow
We've got
carded.
two lots of advantage, so the last advantage is here for the penalty. Up there, ball had gone after the tackle, and no arms in the tackle. You got 10 minutes rest.
Well, that's a bit disappointing for the Wasps, man. And some people in the crowd giving the referee a standing ovation.
I can hear you now.
Dani could see it. Oh, huge shoulder charge.
Hey.
Now, meanwhile, Delaray Dupria has won his first Test cap. He's on the field. Dani Kutsia, I think, had a very good debut.
His line-up throws were very good. He scrummed well, and it was really all about and everywhere in the loose.
So a big moment for the man from Huncliffe. Now Skinstad, Sipaka with the support. They need to get that maul moving or produce the ball. Klicher now got his hands on it. Referee running hither and thither virtually like a border collie.
Take him down, collapse him, like 10.
That's a great punt,
on the line.
But it looked like he's all over the show. This side, that side of the loose rugby maul. And South Africa in a great attacking position.
Now, Andre Pretorius just wants the instruction from Corne Krika. I reckon it's a good position to scrum, but they decide to go that route.
Took the legs. One player took the legs.
New man to feed the line out. Here's the maul, Kubas.
So you've been taking sideways the whole maul, collapsing into Samoans. It was a penalty was for, and again in the same position, throwing South Africa. They might drive this up again.
Matfield got interfered with there, there's no question. Here goes Liapulo, the loose head prop. So wide for the fullback Liaga to come in. Well, there's a Lawrence Sipaka and one of the Samoans are having a bit of a look. It's Satiti, their captain. And the touch judge, Tony Spreadbury from England, has got his flag out again.
It would be interesting to see what they say about this one.
Tony. Yep. Just go back, thanks. Just back.
Hit the line out. Throw it in by Greens. Ball goes in. Number 18 pulls the guy down in a dangerous way. So severe reprimand for the guy and a penalty to Springboks. 50 metres in, 5 metres out.
Number 18. Number 18. 18. 18.
Well, he surprised us all. I thought it was for a little scuffle there.
All right, dangerous, pulling him down.
But you were right.
In
the lineup, definitely infringement on Victor Matfield.
You're looking at us, mate. You're not looking at the Springboks, what they've done.
Listen, be positive. You said you're going to be positive, so stay positive. Have a word to you boys. Come on.
Well, watch Victor Matfield here.
No, waiting. Just waiting. Time out.
There's no question he was interfered with there. That is a dangerous play. Now, changing tactics by Klicher. Pretorius from Conradi. Conradi, Van Rotenbach. Pochilos had a strong game at number 4. Conradi, the switch to Dupria. Delaray Dupria! Debut, 5 minutes, try.
Great try, power try again by the South African forwards. Delaray Dupria. The hookers love scoring tries. His teammates are very happy for him, well deserved. Good build-up by South Africa, but Samoa's unhappy. Complaining to the referee earlier that he's looking only one way, but they've got really no answer once the back starts driving. Good setup here by Van Rotenbach. Then great inside little pass from Bola Conradi to Delaray Dupria. He breaks through 2 tackles, stretches for the line. Good 5 points, South Africa.
Well, what a moment for Delaray Dupria. Terrific to get a try so early on debut. Doesn't come to hookers that easily. Bob Skinstad is off the field, so is Lawrence Sipaka. that's full marks and a full house for Andre Pretorius. But Sean Selby wins his first Test cap. He's there as well.
We see the Lloyd pair going for the line, driving. Lawrence Parker with his hooker there, happy for him. Good try, but Rudolf Strali ringing the changes now. He's quite comfortable with the 41-8 lead at this stage of the game. Looks like everybody on the bench will get a chance to play today.
Well, South Africa have scored their 14 points in the last 11 minutes. And we were moving to a situation with only 20 minutes to go, where South Africa had only scored one try in the second half. Quickly taken by Saoyalo. In goes Liapula.
Offside, never onside.
The Samoans just with not enough firepower there, but the South Africans offside. Quickly taken. VAR gets it wide to Satiti, the number 8, and try for the captain.
Immediately Samoa hit back. Minute and a half later with the try by their captain, right in the corner. Good build-up by them. Quick tap here by a scrum half of Samoa. Suialo, he plays it wide to one of the locks. Captain in the corner, Titi, with one South African hanging on to him, going over the line.
Well, a nice little turn of pace there by Semo Satiti, who plays for Cardiff. But there will be question marks about the South African defence. This Samoan side, from what we've seen, is not a great side. They've played 9 games in 2001. They won 5 and lost 4. And all their wins were against the likes of Japan, Tonga. The All Blacks, one sort of feels, will blow these guys away.
But what's worrying, I think, from a South African point of view, must be is the fact that they've scored one brilliant try the length of the field, and once they really get a sniff of the line and they turn it on, they can score tries.
Now the captain needs to lift the guy. Selby is there, fresh legs. So is Delaray du Preez. So is Don Heeman. Skinstad is back on the field. Corne Krige has come off. That's interesting, because Skinstad definitely went off for Selby, but maybe it was whilst the play was held up. Now VAR gets it out there to Seviali. Nice little grubber by him. Now Rautenbach, it's Stefan de Blanche rather for Polsa. Good step in by the winger, playing fullback now. Conradi to Blanche. Victor Matfield lays it back. Now a chance here with Polsa getting involved. Fanika, Skinstad, du Preez. Delaray du Preez laying it off for Dean Hall. Try number 2 for the big winger.
Again, Delaray du Preez, since he's been on the field, he's been a live wire. Good pickup. Heard the call from Dean Hall. Great pop to him. He goes over for his second try for South Africa. Bola Conradi to Brayton Polsa. He throws to Joe Fanike. Good hands again by Bobby Skinstad. Picked up by Delaray du Preez. Steps inside. Dean Hall calls a short one. Puts on the gas. 5 points.
Well, this is the sort of rugby South Africa to need to play against these guys. Keep the ball moving wide. Keep the ball moving is the main priority. Prevent them from putting in those big tackles. Dean Hall making sure he wasn't going to get a big one there. This to keep a 100% record for Andre Pretorius. He pops it over the crossbar. 18 points for him on the day.
You have never been a flyer, but you've been one. And it seems Andre Pretorius just doesn't force the kick. He sort of chips it over. He makes sure about his absolute accuracy, and he's got a 100% record so far.
Yeah, he's got very good rhythm. I know he's been getting help from some expert advice in the form of the likes of Joel Stransky and particularly Nas Buerta. And it's good to see the fly half. He's been kept in every test. Let him gain in conference. He's a natural fly half. Let him play there. Skinsack just working it on the side there. Here goes to Blanche. Tracks on the pace. Van Niekerk up on his shoulder. Now can Van Niekerk go all the way? Oh, he finds Andre Pretorius, who finds De Vetberry. Try number 2 for the Stormer.
Awesome stuff by the Springboks. Great. We spoke about Andre Pretorius. He's involved all the way down to the line. De Vetberry, great try. That's what they came to see. Good open rugby, 15-man rugby, and that's what they're dishing up for them now, the Springboks. Stefan de Blanche, he's back in form. He's hungry. Had a great game against the Argentinians. Saw the gap, pinned his ears down. He's got plenty of speed. Great timing of the pass. Joe van Niekerk, he's had a great game. Andre Pretorius, great little hand there. De Vetberry with a guy hanging on to him. Over for 5.
The other thing for youngsters watching that was when Van Niekerk, the moment he got the ball, he didn't just look straight ahead. The moment he got the ball, he was looking for support, knew where the guys were. Perfect example of how you should run in support and when you've got the ball. When you go through a gap, look for what your options are. A lot of guys just hair straight ahead. Storm net vorentoe.
It was quite impressive view, I must say.
Now duck in. Oh, it's hit the upright. So the first miss by Andre Pretorius.
Substitutions.
Great inside pass there by Andre Pretorius. Stefan de Blanche saw the gap. Joe van Niekerk stays with him. Plenty of pace. Start looking around, as you said, great short pass. De Vetberry, when he saw that line, nobody was going to stop him.
Now Quinton Davids comes on. So he's come on for Victor Madfield. Adrian Jacobs is on the field. He's replaced De Vetberry. So the coach has rung the changes, as has the Samoan coach. Not to the centre there, Tuilagi. But they've got a new scrum half on the field, is Denin Tyrrell. Gets it to Liaga. Now a chance here for Viliamu, who's been about the most impressive of the Samoan players. Good play by Hoti Low. Also in the second half, particular a contender for the man of the match. Now here goes Pretorius. Now keep it alive. Skinstack, beautiful pass for Van Niekerk. He's got to clear there. Goes on his own. Just a hand in the way. Forward. Joe van Niekerk smashes the ground in annoyance, and they just got the ankle tap there.
He knows, he very well knows, he hung on too long on that ball to play to the outside.
10.
Andre Pretorius, good hands. It's Donny Bobby Skizard rather. Joe van Niekerk, plenty of pace.
Number 10.
Just slightly forward. Very annoyed with himself, but he's had a great game so far. Springboks really opening up this game at this stage with about 8 minutes to play.
Right.
They lead by 53 points to 13. And everybody getting into this game now, you from the fullback right to the pack of forwards.
Well, they're starting to play the sort of 15-man rugby that I believe you need to play against these guys who, they love it when they can make those big hits and you keep it tight. Then they just, they maul and they make it a little bit scrappy. But they're moving the ball now with confidence.
Right.
Gorno Kricha. And that is unseen, the Paul boys and Paul Jimmo sitting next to each other. But when you play for your country, that's the only thing that's important.
Well, a whole host of replacements on the field now for the Samoans. They've got Tyrrell at scrum half. They've brought on... Well, I think they've brought on Taliafoa at fly half. We'll see in a moment. Picked up by Satiti, now with a headband. He's tried hard, the captain. And ultimately it's Liavasu who can't hold on. Here goes to attack us for Tablanche. The crowd are on their feet. Can he get the pass away? Yubert interfered with without the ball. And it's a penalty to Samoa, holding on too long. Quickly taken. Now, what can the Samoans conjure up? Good little step there from Carl Manu. Well, very nearly an interception by Marius Yubert.
Hands off!
So all the Samoan bench now getting a run. Now, what can Brayton Paulser do? Come on, delight the crowd, delight the viewers, do something. Let's see you crack on the pace. Oh, very nearly did it. Skinstadt. And a chance here for Dan Heeman to charge at the opposition. Penalty to Samoa, 7 minutes left in the game. Meanwhile, Quinton Davids has stayed down and will need some attention. Uli Schmidt is attending to him out of picture.
Looks very much like he's got a cut. That's what they would call a washigiri.
Yep. Hang on, two balls.
Seems to be fine, Quinton Davids.
Right. Leave it! Leave it! Side. Stay on side, on side. No green. Bandage.
Well, it's taken away by Hotilo. It's had a strong second half, Hotilo.
You weren't bound up in the wall.
But
You weren't caught in the wall.
penalised. So it's going to be Taliafoa just to pop it into touch. So Neil de Kock replacing Bullock and Ridey, who's had a pretty useful game. Neil de Kock wins his second test cap.
Number 3, move over.
So that's it, the entire South African bench on the field.
Come on, let's go.
5 minutes to go.
Let's go, let's go.
Had a good game for South Africa A
Keep the meter.
before being replaced a couple of weeks ago against Argentina in Witbank. Tapped down by Hotilo. Here's a chance for South Africa to run. Dean Hall decides to put in the boot. Oh, and Lomi Fatua. No, it wasn't. I beg your pardon. It's a new man, Carl Manu, who made a hash of things.
He would not be very happy with himself. Not the most difficult ball to control. But in the end, Dean Hall got that ball away in South Africa on the attack.
Let's go.
About 12 meters inside the half of Samoa.
Let's go, Green.
53-13. Can South Africa get a final try? Or will Samoa produce something? Heeman goes in to work hard for the ball. Telere Duprier ripping arms away. Quinton Davids gets a left and a right from Liapula. Now chance here for de Kock. Pretorius. Sabi is flying on his inside. Here goes Pulsar. Can he get over the line? Just short. Picked up by Stefan de Blanche. De Kock is there. De Blanche tries to the line. No, De Kock needs the ball. Driven forward again, that time by Davids.
Let it go, Blue, let it go. Advantage.
And advantage to South Africa, penalty
On your feet.
they will get.
On your feet.
Was so nearly a try for South Africa there. Now Brayton Paulson doesn't need to do himself an injury at this stage of the game.
Looks like an injury.
When the ball
So it's
goes,
not serious,
come
but he
with
got
it,
involved
all right?
there.
Don't
Nearly
come
went
with
all the
one
way,
side.
but brought down about 2-3 meters from the line. And under Pretoria is putting into touch for South Africa, throwing the line out.
Keep playing.
Wayne Eriksson with his flag up on the 5-meter line.
Keep it up.
Well, Brayton Paulson hasn't been on the score sheet for quite a while, but now Don Heeman is very nearly there. Skinstad hovers, goes wide, De Kock, Pretorius. Oh, Andre Pretorius very nearly through, pops it up for Joe Fanike.
Stay out. Stay out of it. Right, stay out of it. Stay out of it. Leave it. Leave it. Everyone get away. Green, go back. Yeah, I got it.
A little bit of niggle is getting into the game right now. Joe Fanike ecstatic with his try, threw the ball down.
Away, please.
And the Samoans reacting, all charging in.
Captain. Captain. It's a penalty against him on halfway for throwing the ball at the player.
Seeing under Pretorius bobbing it up there.
That's number 7.
Okay, no
Stupid stuff.
problem. Are you sure it's a first offence though?
Yeah, definite. Definite.
Sorry, I'll
It's a penalty against you on halfway, all right? After the try was scored.
One wonders if he really meant to throw the ball on the player or just being very ecstatic.
Well, he's just said to the referee, sorry ref, I was so excited, and I think it was totally unintentional. And one can't blame the Samoan guys, they're probably a little bit frustrated, thought he had done it intentionally, gave him a little jab, nothing much in it. Pretorius converts the try, and South Africa equal the 60 points they scored in the warm-up for the World Cup back in '95 at Ellis Park.
In fact, if you want to look at it strictly there, the Samoans should have been penalised for storming in and sort of getting involved, which they were not allowed to.
Well, taking the law into their own hands, which is against the soul of the game. But I think the penalty is not that serious. Now the Samoans try to build something. They just haven't had enough pace and quickness of thought or movement in really looking like building up continuous threat in terms of scoring tries. Liaga now got it away to Tuilagi, and then to the brother Tuilagi Alisana that time. Now it's moved wide by Toliafoa.
7 offside.
Advantage to Samoa. Joe Fanike was offside. Now he's gone down injured. Can the Samoans get a consolation try here? It's Tapelu got it away on the outside, and ultimately the try is scored. And it's that number 6, Viliamu, who's been the pick of the Samoan players, Kobus. There's the final siren, but he's the man for Samoa.
No doubt, he's played a storming game. He's been all over the show, fighting really a losing battle for the Samoan pack of forwards up front. He's quite happy. Skip past there. Beautiful hands. He's big, but he's got plenty of pace. Good feel for the game. Well-deserved try. Well,
this makes the scoreline 18 In 1995 it was 60 points to 8. So the Samoans have done a little bit better, but South Africa took a while in the second half to really get motoring. Once they turned it on, then it was one-way traffic. Well, congratulations from the President, Silas and Kanunu, to the captain, Corne Krika. This is Toliafoa. And just not curling in. So Andy Cole blows his whistle for the end of the game. South Africa with that win territorially.